Hey guys, what's going on? Doing another video, like the weekly update of Jeff Bishop's Bullseye trades. So spoiler alert, it was another massive winner this week. It's getting kind of ridiculous just how many wins we're getting on this service. So let me just quickly show you the review. So I document all these videos and all the track record for the whole of 2022 in this review, Jeff Bishop Bullseye Trades Review. So if you don't know much about the service, it's a really simple concept. It's one trade once a week. Monday morning you get basically a full report from Jeff about which stock he's going to buy, which option contracts he's going to buy on it, what he's going to do, and some suggestions or recommendations. So you can go and check out this article and make sure to link to this in the description below, and you go through it. So this is the section though that you really want to pay attention with, because if you're tired of services that are just basically nonsense, you can go through here and the list of trades for 2022. I've basically listed every single trade. I haven't put today's entry in yet, so June 21st. I'll update that after this video, so you'll see it appear here. But what you can see from this is every single week I've documented what happened. So last week was a bit of a wash, it was about break even on BTU calls, but then Shui the week before was at least 100% winner. And you can start to see the videos that I've started to include as well, going through, just like this one, which will be added for this week's as well. So I went through every single one, and you can see that for the whole of 2022, you're getting 85% winners, 100% winners. Sometimes it's hard to say how well it would have done or whatnot. So I often go and reports from my friends and other people that are taking the trades, so we can kind of get an idea of roughly how in real money how it was played. So you can see all these winners. This thing is ridiculous. It only costs $97 a year, which is insane. You can see sometimes you're looking at 400% profits, 300% profits. Really, there's only been a couple of losses and a couple of like break-evens, unsures kind of thing over the entire year. So this is one of the best services if you're looking for swing trading options, honestly, that you'll find. It costs $97 a year, which is just ridiculous. So go and check this article out, but let's get started into having a look at what this week's successful Bullseye trade was. So on the Monday morning, we got this is June 21st. We got this email basically from Jeff saying, "Good morning, traders. Negative sentiment in the market." He does a live session on this trade, so every Monday he'll do a 11 a.m. Eastern time trade where he sits down and goes through it for like half an hour in full details. So this email is not the only thing you're relying on. He also does a live training session on the market and also on his particular choice for the week as well. So it was Visa stock this week. He'll go into some of it in detail. Often it'll be kind of basic though, so it's like, okay, kind of makes sense. The training session, if you really want to learn what's going on, is where you want to be at 11. But he provides everything you need to know to make the trade or to base the trade off your own knowledge. It always helps to have your own kind of thought process as well. So things like, do you chase it, do you not chase it, do you take partial profits? Some of that is left up to you. So let's have a look. So he was basically saying right now the stock is making a fourth attempt at a bottom. While I don't know if this will hold in the long run, I do think the setup for a very nice bounce. Normally don't like to buy oversold stocks in a downtrend, but I'm going to make an exception this week, because when it does reverse, the moves are proven to be very violent to the upside. So a very simple philosophy. As part of my game plan, I always want to talk about the downside first, so he's very into risk management basically. If this trade doesn't work out, I want to use a break of 187 as my stop on the trade. If this goes the way I plan, 200 will be my first profit target, and then around 208 for the second. So here's the trade details. He always highlights them in yellow, so you can kind of glance down and see, okay, this is what I want. So he was looking at July 1st, 195 calls near 350, stop under 187 on the stock price, and then he went through them with basically with the live as well. So you can see the comments, you can get real-time feedback when you're in the service. Jeff responds to the comments, which is very unusual, and he'll often give like what he's doing and things, which is really unheard of for somebody who has such a big and well-known subscription service, so it's pretty cool. So you can see that people are having success with this. They get nervous, so they can ask like, hey, is there potential for a move? Jeff day traded this one, but the people that actually followed Jeff's plan better made a lot more money. So Jeff Jeff day traded it, but a lot of the guys I know were holding it all week. So let's keep going down. Sneak peek, thanks for the gain. Wasn't my best trade, but at least it wasn't a loser. Can't be happy with them, blah blah. So you can kind of go through all this and see. But this isn't the whole story. So look at this guy, Dan, filled the downside gap open, then went up, filled the upside. He got it at 265 out of 365. Jeff is happy taking 50% on his. But the true story is here, the people that really got paid were the ones that were actually able to hold this. And I know quite a few people that did. I didn't, but I know quite a few people that did. And they reported it in my Facebook group, which is here. So sometimes I'll post, you know, at the end of the week when the trade's done, how did people do? And you can see some of the responses were like, let's see, so go down here. So one guy got 153% on this trade. So the people I was talking to that are in this, 20% win to 125% win, and then Ken chimed up and he's like 150%, 153%. And I'll show you why there's such a variation in a minute on these reported profits and losses. Ken followed the rules better than Jeff did and better than most of the people that I know were trading this did. So let's jump over to the chart and have a look and see what happened on VIN. So on VIN, Visa. So V. So this is the chart, the underlying stock chart for V on the 5-day, 5-minute. This was the day that it was alerted, so the alert sort of came out here somewhere. And I know some people actually took the trade, scalped it up to here, and then took profits, then rebought back in the next morning. But really, chasing it was, I'll show you the options in a minute, but this wasn't a good time to buy. And with Bullseye, often the best time is to wait for a little bit. Often the next day gives you a dip buy, which is what happened here. And then what happened is basically this thing just took off all the way up to here. So he was looking for 200 price target, and it hit it on Friday around here. It hasn't quite hit the 208 yet, but most people were taking profits in here somewhere, the ones that held it. But I know Jeff just day traded this move or something similar to it. But I know a lot of people were making money just on these smaller moves. The ones that really made bank were the ones that held to Friday. And I've seen this happen over and over with Bullseye, that don't get phased out by these smaller moves. You can take partial profits on them, right? But you don't want to always take the whole lot. And in this case, it really paid off for the people that held. So let's switch to the option price, so you can actually see this is the underlying stock. Let's switch to what actual options he was using. So if I go back to Bullseye Trades dashboard, so we're looking at the July 1st 195 calls. July 1st 195 calls. So just get rid of some of this stuff. Sorry, the trade grid. July 1st 195 calls, which are, can I even find them? Here. So July 1st for V 195 calls. Look at these things. They went from 350 to $10. I mean, how ridiculous is that? 195 calls, $10. So massive, massive win by the end of the week. So he was recommending at 350, and it was possible to get in at that price, and now they're sitting somewhere between 10 and 11. Isn't that crazy? So let's plot how that looked. If we go to send to here, I can send them to my charts on Thinkorswim here. So now the number on the side here represents the price of the contract. So it's a little difficult to see, but $3 is about here, $6 is here, $8 is here, $10 is here. So we're talking about an entry back on the 21st in this range. So even if you're in around 4, it more than doubled up to 10, right? So isn't that crazy? So people were taking these little moves as it sort of was in this channel, but holding it until that Friday was the big money. So so fantastic, right? Really pretty cool. And what I realized is I can actually use GPS to help. So if you don't know what GPS is, I'll leave a link to the description for GPS as well. But GPS actually can help you hold things a bit longer. So this is these indicators that appear here. So on the Friday, if you're holding this and you see a confirmation candle, you're like, wow, this thing might still have some upside, let's hold it. You'd have got some more of that move, which is pretty cool. Anyway, that's my analysis on Visa, this week's Bullseye trades. This just keeps happening over and over again. So this is one of the best services I've ever been part of. It's one of the cheapest, highest value services. I don't think, I can be any more transparent about these trades. I put every week, I put the, afterwards obviously, because I'm not going to put them all, the trades in progress. But then you can go back and you can plot these contracts and check to make sure that these things are legit. Because there's a lot of fear that some of these services aren't truthful or aren't that good. But you can see that this one is one of the best. So if you're looking for just one really high quality swing options trade a week, I would definitely check out Bullseye Trades. Alright, that's it for today. I'll talk to you guys soon. Cheers.